Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Hidden Quantum Champions. Today we are looking at HUBER+SUHNER, and if you have never heard about that company, then you are absolutely right here, because we are looking at the hidden quantum champions, so companies that you might have never heard about, but that play an important role in quantum technology. And with that, let's hop right into it. Let's learn about what HUBER+SUHNER is doing and how it actually contributes to quantum computing or quantum technology in general. So here we are on their website, and it says HUBER+SUHNER, markets, products, company, newsroom, and so on. And then connecting today and beyond, we offer our customers around the globe outstanding power and data connectivity solutions. So data connectivity, connecting, and then I think there's some more on this over here. Businesses thrive by connecting things with things. So they are in the connectors business, and we see that like their expertise is in different markets, industry, communication, transportation. So you see they do like automotive and railway and mobile networks, data centers, and then of course also industry related stuff. Find the company news. You see here some plugs that they are making. So SMPM connectors, for example. So how does all of this play actually into what this company is contributing to the quantum world, right? Let's quickly hop over here, because I have this little sub page open for you, which you can find in the industries and then general industrials and quantum computing, because here it shows where actually the contribution is happening. So you see here again your typical chandelier, so a quantum computer that is using some type of solid state technology, like for example a silicon qubit or like a spin qubit in general. Could also be a superconducting one, like what IBM and Google are using, right? And they also have some connectors. They have some cables, right, that need to go down there, that need to drive microwave signals. And that's where they actually come into play. So here it says high speed, high density interconnect solutions for quantum computing and cryogenic applications. Quantum applications, particularly those involving dilution refrigerators, these are these chandeliers, right? And ultra-low temperature measurements demand interconnects that deliver exceptional signal integrity, high density, and non-magnetic performance. So high density because you have more and more lines that are going down, right? Here's an example of that. And then the non-magnetic performance is important because if you, for example, think about spin qubits, the spin is a magnetic property. So if you have something that is magnetic in there that is kind of creating noise, it will destroy your qubit state. So you want to make sure that nothing down there is magnetic. Same if you want to use the superconducting magnet in your system here for some specific reason. Let's say you have a semiconductor nanowire that you want to put in a Josephson junction for all the experts, and you want to like open some gap state or something like that. And for that you need a tiny magnetic field that you produce with a superconducting magnet. Then you want to avoid that you have stuff that is generating hysteresis and generating issues with that in your system. So non-magnetic, all while operating reliability at cryogenic temperatures. As a leading provider of advanced interconnectivity solutions and global innovation partner, HUBER+SUHNER combines deep engineering expertise in radio frequency, fiber optics, and low frequency technologies to address the unique challenge of quantum computing and cryogenic environments. And I mean, yeah, here we see those lines going down. So what are the products that are related, right? So you see these semi-rigid cables. This is important because in these refrigerators here, you have some helium pumps. So basically helium that is being pumped back and forth. And even though you try your best to kind of decouple this, you might still end up with some vibration in your system somewhere. Now, if you have a loose cable, like for example this one from my microphone here, and you put vibration on it, then the cable itself is vibrating, it's deforming. And if you have a magnetic field present and your cable is deforming itself, that is inducing a current and that is creating some noise. So you want to have something that is rigid, that is not moving, but of course not too rigid, because you still need to be able to somehow get it inside the system, right? So that's why you need these semi-rigid, for example, coaxial cables. And you see here these multi-coax systems, because you need many of those lines. It makes sense to have these kind of combined into an array. And then you see here the single channel interconnectors. And these are all, let's say, the products. And you also see here related documents like microwave cable assemblies. We can quickly click on that. And then we see also some additional material in here. And a lot of explanation and details. It's a very long document. I'm not going to go with you through all of these details here, but just to say, you see it goes up to like 26 gigahertz, so like in the high frequency range. Usually a single digit gigahertz is already interesting for these quantum computing type of applications. And yeah, there's even more information down here, which is, I think, tailored more towards the quantum computing excellence. So again, you see the different cables here. You see broadband excellence up to 20 gigahertz, which is the interesting range usually. You see minus 60 decibels for minimal interference, compact 4 millimeter pitch. You see the different materials here, the non-magnetic materials, right? And all the relevant stuff, cut-off frequency, IR filters, and so on, that you actually need to build these radio frequency setups in your fridge. So HUBER+SUHNER might be an interesting partner for radio frequency related stuff if you are, for example, a quantum computing company that is looking into their supply chain and looking into how to build and set up those systems. Quickly about the supply chain, we also always talk a little bit about the company, right? So HUBER+SUHNER is a European company, so especially in the times of global conflicts and generally the global situation being a little bit unpredictable, it makes sense to make sure that where your material comes from, where your supply chain comes from, is actually reliable. Here it says connecting today and beyond. Our world is built on connections between people, places, and systems. All of this requires technologies that transfer power and data safely and reliably. At HUBER+SUHNER, we develop the hidden yet critical solution that industry, communication, and transportation depend on. Yeah, you see already there's hidden. They know they are a hidden champion. Well, they know that what they do is hidden, and I would say they are a champion. Let's say it like that. We aim to address the needs of people to be mobile and stay connected while helping to shape a secure and sustainable future. Every day, approximately 4,000 employees in around 40 locations worldwide work towards this goal. So 4,000 people, it's not a small company, 40 locations, they're also pretty internationally set up. Together we serve our three main markets of industry, communication, and transportation. We've seen that before, right, with applications from three technologies: radio frequency, fiber optics, and low frequency. Also fiber optics is interesting in the context of quantum, more in the quantum communication space maybe, or in the, let's say, optically controlled quantum space, but definitely also something that is interesting, right? Headquartered in Herisau, Switzerland, we develop and produce solutions that excel in performance, quality, reliability, and long service lives, even under the most demanding conditions. Open bracket, like for example cryogenic temperatures, and then you have these cooling and warm up cycles, which is very demanding on the product. Close bracket. Through a global production network combined with subsidiaries and representations in more than 80 countries, we are close to our customers worldwide. I'm not going to go into all of these details. I will leave it here at this map where you can see where in which countries they are all present. So look at where you are located, think about your supply chain, and then see if maybe this map gives you some motivation to think about it. Generally, I already want to close it here. So I just wanted to show you this, let's say, very brief thing where it's maybe a bit unexpected of a company, but then quickly show how they contribute in terms of value. If you like this kind of format, which is a bit shorter than me going through a quantum, like a full-on quantum company for 30 minutes to maybe 45 minutes, then let me know down in the comments below. Happy to play a bit around with the format and see what fits you the best. With that, as always, make sure to stay hydrated and see you in the next video. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so yet. See you then. Bye bye.